Here's another angle. Try and show just how big it is. Going down. Big old drop in flat. Bernard Kerr, third winning medal here at Hardline. How does it feel?
Feels unreal. It's been a heavy week, so yeah, it feels very, very good to get it done.
And what do you think it takes to win Hardline? What are you doing differently?
I don't know, man. Have a good time. Confidence, a lot of confidence, think you're good at it, and then, yeah, have fun.
Awesome, man. Thank you very much. Well done.
Thank you very much. Cheers, mate.
Laurie, Greenland, second place today. How do you feel?
Yeah, it was second's always bittersweet, but in the whole state to be living after Hardline.
Yeah.
Again, it's such a wild week. You've got to play your cards right. It's mid-season as well, so we're all in the racing kind of mindset.
Always got that in the back of your mind, yeah.
Definitely worked in my favour. Just dropped in with a bit more of a I'm here to do my job attitude, I guess. But such a fun week as always.
Awesome, man.
It almost feels like a little holiday mid-season, really.
Yeah, especially with this weather, I guess. Yeah, what do you think of the course? It like started to dumb it down a little bit, maybe like add a little bit more flow to it. Does that work in your favour?
I'd disagree massively.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
I'd massively disagree. Normally it's tighter and slower,
right?
Which kind of quite often means less risk.
Sure.
When you're coming that fast into the tech sections, you're on the edge of your front wheel going over a turn the whole time.
Right.
The whole pace is so much faster top to bottom.
Yeah.
That the whole track is one intensity.
Yeah.
Normally you get these kind of little breaks here and there, and you're able to turn it on, turn it off, and stagger it almost. But here it just felt like a World Cup race run. Like
you got to be focused top to bottom,
which was pretty hard.
Yeah. Does the course suit you, do you think, as a rider?
I guess I've definitely been here a few times now, so I've got my head around how to play my cards right, and I definitely don't risk it here. It's so I got a lot of respect for the course.
Yeah.
Keep it chilled.
Yeah, I think that's important to make sure you're here happy with a beer in your hand at the end of the weekend.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations. Cheers, very well done, and great to see you. And yeah, good.
Happy days.
Looking forward to seeing you in the World Cups.
Thanks, man.
Cheers, man. Kade Edwards, third place today here at Redbull Hardline. How do you feel?
Yeah, mate. Blown away. Yeah, can't believe it.
You've looked real stylish, probably the most stylish on the hill all week.
Cheers.
Do you think the course works well for you as a rider?
Yeah, I've ridden it a couple of times, and I'm definitely starting to feel comfortable. So yeah, step down was sick. Actually missed out most of the tech, so it was actually not easier, but easier once you'd landed.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, once you got the braking out the way on there.
Yeah, once you got the braking out the way, it was a relief for sure.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Well, congratulations.
Cheers,
Third
dude.
place. Got to be stoked with that. Thank you very much.
Hello guys, Robert from loamwolf.com here. Thank you for tuning in. This weekend I'm here for the Red Bull Hardline event set in the epic Welsh hills around Dovey. This is an event that combines the fastest downhill races in the world with some of the gnarliest freeride features. And I'm so stoked to be here, trackside, so I can see it all in the flesh. I'm going to show you guys the track, take you on a little track walk, and then hopefully we'll get some riders coming down soon, and you can see them going at it. Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
first drop, and then straight into this slightly off camber rock, and then off of a pretty blind drop. So after the riders have come off the first drop in the track, they're down this really loose terrain around a small berm, and then they've got a completely blind step down. It's so loose at the moment. Onto the rock there, got a bit of a grass run in, nice deep rut in the track here, which I guess is from a wetter event, and then they fly off towards the woods down there. Once they've made their way through the grass section here, they're onto this rock face, really off camber. In the dry, looks like it'll have plenty of grip. In the wet, I'm sure it's a different story. Now, there's definitely a few line choices that I've seen here in the past. I'm just walking down the middle of it now, but you can take this inside line, kind of cut off the turn at the bottom, go wide and carry at speed through the turn, or somewhere in the middle. Either way, you've got some gaps in the rock to contend with. You'll need to hop over, and then only a really narrow catch berm here that spits you into the woods, into the first kind of tight section. Now coming into the first section of trees, riders are coming from the open, which is pretty bright at the moment, and then into the dark woods around here, so eyes are going to be acclimatizing to the conditions. And then they've got this sort of quite narrow rut to contend with into the first line choice on the track, really. Got quite a safe little drop down there. You can hold it a bit higher, which I'm imagining most people will be doing, especially in the dry, before the first left-hander. And after a short little bit of wood section coming in through the trees and around here, got this narrow little channel that funnels you into this meaty drop. Blind drop down the steep chute and around this reasonably small berm, given the speed that they'll be going. I spat down this slightly off camber, quite loose dirt section, and it's time to open the taps all the way down into the first of the bigger jumps. So this is a sort of rider's view coming in. I've got to get all the way down there, 50 foot away, come up short, it's not going to end well. So that's the landing of the step down coming up the woods. It's 10 o'clock on the Saturday and the wind's still really strong, so we should have had riders down for practice already. That's not happened yet. Coming through the big corner after the step down, you start to spot massive metal kicker here for the big step up. And check out the size of this thing. Now, for some reason they made this even bigger than last year, and it really is a terrifying prospect to come up short on that. And then they're faced with what is looking to be the scariest feature, most gnarly feature of the whole run this year. This massive, completely blind step down, all the way down to there. Really harsh case. If you land there, if you go too deep, then, well, you're going to know about it as well. So riders are coming off the blind step down takeoff there, coming all the way down this landing here. Like I said, if you land anywhere around here, you're probably not going to have a good time. And equally, it'd be so easy to land all the way down there, and again, not going to be too fun. This is so gnarly for a completely blind step down. After riders come off of that horrible blind step down, they'll be hard on the anchors down here, slightly off camber, really loose soil, and then got to pick their way down this,
ideally, because this bit is so off camber, but I want to stick hard left, but it's just going to be pushing you down that way the whole way down it. Let's see how I get on, and hopefully regain some composure after the berm coming along here. But then faced with what I never really became to appreciate is quite a little technical, horrible little rock wall ride. Those are holes for your front wheel sink into. But given it is a race, riders won't want to let off any speed through here, so I'm sure they'll be making light work of it. Through this section, riders have a little bit of a chance to regain their composure, catch their breath a little bit maybe, and then they're into this. It's nothing major, but they blocked out the easy line down the left that you'd want to do ideally. Instead make you go off this little rock drop, roll, whatever you want to do. But what you don't see is all the little things that can catch your pedals, catch your tyres. You know, that's in the prime zone there, just to rip the sidewall open, and on that, the front wheel. Just adds to the technicality of it all. Get spat out at high speed off a little drop. And it's time to hold it wide open again. And off with yet another blind takeoff. Step down over the ferns into landing here, and this massive berm, carrying as much speed as possible into this huge hip, huge landing. Gives you a massive margin for error, of course, coming off that huge takeoff. In the dry, this section poses absolutely no issues, but there's a load of off-camber routes in here that I'd imagine become very greasy and wet. Coming out of that short section of woods, you're over a couple of little pump bumps, and the riders will be working these as hard as they can to get speed for this next feature, all the way down in here to this massive stepped up hip jump, completely blind coming into the landing, over the wall, and you're turning on the takeoff, and you've got to be relatively precise in the landing so you can get into the next corner grid and off the second smaller version of it down there. So much of the same again, and this one is even blinder, coming into land over the wall. Not as big though, but more turning. Yeah, silky smooth. Yeah, Bernard. And after the little slightly relaxed section, you get through the open, you're into the corners that you see the static shots of in the live feed. Really nice bit of flowy bike park to break up the otherwise incredible level of technicality and out gnar on the rest of the track. And then you spat into the first of the really gnarly rock gardens. Here we go. Make a very light work of that. So just down at the bottom of that rock garden, and then you've got to hit a hard left turn on this really flat, really loose terrain. Spits you out through this little rock roll. And a really awkward right hand turn through the rocks. A load to catch your wheels on, but also a load of speed that you want to get coming out onto this super gnarly feature. And the scale of this is just absolutely insane in the flesh. And look at the size of it. All the way over into there. So after riders fire over the road gap here, down the massive landing, and then around what is possibly the biggest berm I've ever seen, certainly the biggest in the UK. Got a little step on, step off sort of feature here, but I think it's quite hard to comprehend from the live feed. Certainly it's just how short I've got it here. I mean, this is maybe a bike length and a half. The race pace after hitting a berm that quickly, it's got to be really difficult to make sure you don't end up going too far on it and spitting yourself out the other side. Another quite awkward feature, certainly keeps you on your toes. Got a little double drop into this really tight right-hander. On your way through, got this rock. See how many pedal catches happen through there, or maybe mechs. Got your bars tight on this side, and then spits you into this rocky chute. Super loose dirt, which makes it hard to scrub off any speed. Also hard to keep you pointed in the correct direction. And then a nice little blind drop to pretty flat landing. And this is the back side of that blind step down. And you've got a little bit of gradient, but still think the landing is going to be quite severe. Off a little rock drop, you'll be wanting to watch your tyres. Then we're coming through here, another one of the slightly mellower sections where riders get a chance to catch their breath perhaps before the big final hits. And after that flatter section, riders will be looking to hold maximum speed through this long swooping left hand corner. Not really any support in the turn here, but then don't think I'll be needing it too much, and it spits you out into one of the final few big jumps coming into the finish area. This one, a big long flat takeoff, quite a decent uphill to it, but again another one of the features, it's just so blind, can really catch you out if you're not paying attention. Landing all the way into the back of there. This one, flatter takeoff, perhaps a little bit of a pull up on the bars to get yourself over it. Certainly not something that you want to be coming up short on those rocks in the back of the landing. And then you finish up with this big final jump. It takes you down into the finish area. Serious gap on this one, clearing all the way to the film crew over there. Certainly no small thing to contend with at the end of a run before you're into the finish area and you get to see your time. So that wraps up my week here at Redbull Hardline. What an event. I feel so honoured to have managed to come here trackside and get to see it up and close and personal. I feel like the live feed, it does do a great job of showing you just how fast the guys are going, but it doesn't quite show you the nitty-gritty details that only being trackside can really show you. The little pedal catchers, the steepness of some of it. So it's really cool to come and see it, and I'd highly recommend it when they do open it back up to spectators for you to come along yourself and give it a watch if you can. The riders are all now in their after party. I'm pretty beat after spending the weekend in the unexpected sun. So yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed checking out Red Bull Hardline from the trackside. If you liked the video, then do give us a like, comment to let us know your thoughts on it, and subscribe to the channel to see more. Thank you very much, guys.